Hi, I'm Gloria Grace Rand here with another one of our Ignite members, and we're doing in my series of member spotlights so that we can highlight each of you in the group and so we can all get to know one another. And so today we have the lovely Patricia Love. So Patricia,
Woohoo!
tell us a little bit about yourself and who you are, where you're from, and what your business is.
And what do I do? So, hey, well, first off, it's so exciting to be here. I think this is an awesome thing you're doing, getting to know people. I love this. I'm looking forward to all of them. I've already listened to the couple that you've done. So that's really nice to get to know people. So anyway, yes, I am Patricia Love, and I actually live in Bellevue, Washington, which a lot of people may not know where that is, but it's about 3 miles across the floating bridge from Seattle, Washington. And grew up there. I'm a native from there. And what do I do? Well, first off, I love making people happy. But my business is rahrahrealestate.love is my website. And it is a real estate company, but it's actually more than that. I've actually been a realtor for, 25 years. But in the last year, I'm still doing real estate in the Washington state area. But in the last year, I've actually wanted to expand my business because I'm really, really big on communication and helping buyers and sellers, or just people, have a good, positive transaction, a positive, a deal when they buy or sell a house. So what I did is I actually expanded it, whereas I actually help buyers and sellers. I actually match them with top real estate agents, and I personalize it, whether you're in Texas, or you're moving across the street, or you're relocating across the nation. I actually personalize and match each realtor with your wants and needs, not the realtor's needs. And then in addition to that, I make sure that I also support you throughout the whole transaction and the transition, because I also supply strategies and tools and all kinds of things for the buyer and seller, because I'm a very much of an advocate for the buyer and seller. Because I believe there's always been a little bit of a lack of communication between real estate agents and buyers and sellers, which then has created a very negative, transaction in a lot of ways. And so I'm trying to eliminate that, negativity, and kind of up the, the ante to for realtors, because there's some great realtors out there. You just always don't know who they are. And I have a vast network of that. But in addition to that, I call myself a life stylist. And the reason I do that is kind of like coaching, but I actually like to style people's lives the way that they deserve, whether you're moving physically or you're moving emotionally. So I really do love to move people with heart every day. That's a very big deal to me.
Very cool. So just because I know people have, we've had discussions before, but for people who may not understand, though, I'm probably wondering, okay, so if you're bringing people together, how are you making any money at this business?
That's a great question. That's a great question. And that's always been a little bit of a struggle, because people are like, now, how do you get paid? But basically, as a real estate agent in the state of Washington, I can refer other agents to buyers and sellers, and then the real estate agent ends up giving me a referral fee. Now, that being said, some people might say, well, then why wouldn't you just point me in the direction of that particular realtor? Right. Well, yes, one could do that, but my whole career has been referral and basically doing the right thing for a buyer and seller. I extended my service, which is a free service to the buyers and sellers, because I want them to be communicated with. I want them to have the right thing, because it's just as easily to fire a realtor as it is to hire a realtor. And people don't realize that 99.9% of any agent will give me a referral fee, no matter who I choose. But I want to choose the one that's going to work for you, because my business is being built on referrals. I mean, this business now is actually growing quite well. I'm very happy about it, how it's going. And it's because the person in Texas is referring me to somebody in Kansas, and the Kansas person is referring to me somebody in Colorado, because they had a great experience. It's like, oh my God, I feel so great, because I was, she took she wanted to actually work together with me, the buyer and seller, to give me the best outcome. And if, in real estate, sometimes you get paid, sometimes you don't. But most of the time, if you give, you truly give, you will receive. And that is how I live my life and how I do my business.
Oh, that's awesome. Very good. That's
Yeah.
that's very cool. So I know the next time I get ready to move anywhere, I'm definitely going to be contacting you because I mean we've dealt with, well, we when we moved up here we had, one realtor, but who knows what the future is going to hold and if they're
Well,
still around and whatever. So
exactly, and you never know. And it really is. I mean, I literally, just so people understand, I just don't pick a realtor out of the phone book. I have a vast network of realtor.com plus CRSs, which are top agents in certain areas. But I also take these people and I look at everything: their social media, their LinkedIn, their all of their everything that's going on in their lives. If everything adds up to what they do, then I narrow it down to like two or three realtors. Then I contact them. And they got to pass my test. They got to call me back within 12 to 24 hours. If they don't, they're off the list, because communication is so important. It's one of the biggest breakdowns in a relationship is the communication.
Yeah.
So if they miss out on those guidelines, and I have very, very high standards, then bang, they're out of there. And next I'll go to another one. So yeah, it's important to me that the buyers are supposed to be happy. That's the whole key to this business.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. So just the other thing I wanted to ask you about, just so people get to know you a little bit more, besides, the business is nice, but now we want to know a little bit more about you.
Yeah.
Looking back over your life, what would you say, if you could pick out like one of your most proudest moments, what would that be?
A proudest actual moment. When I give and just help people, because I'm really big on, helping like either the homeless or helping anybody that's in need.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just not just one moment of proudness. For me, that's kind of an everyday thing. I mean, I have proud moments where I received this or I got this award for something. But the biggest award that I get is when somebody comes up to me, and they do this periodically. They come up and say, because you did this for me, I'm able to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And that's worth everything to me. And so I get people, and I think people too, other people, sometimes we don't think we're doing anything for anybody. Mm-hmm. We're not helping, we're not giving them that smile, we're not doing something, right. So we think that we're not doing anything. In reality, you are helping people, and people, they just don't always tell you, so you don't always know that ripple effect.
Yeah,
That's probably my proudest moments, when I've had either real estate agents or just people in general come up and say, because you did this for me, I was able to do this. And I'm like, oh, that makes me feel awesome.
Very good. Oh,
yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad to hear that. And I think, let's see, anything else important or exciting going on in your life you want to mention before we call?
Well, everything's important. I really love to make people smile. A lot of times on all of my videos and all my different things that I do, I always want to tell people to go out and make somebody smile, because it is a ripple effect for everything that's happening out there. I guess if anybody wants to know more about me, I mean, I'm a big animal person. I have 2 cats, and I know that I would, I'm the girl that is the dog in the street. I'm the one that's going to stop and make sure it gets picked up and put in the car and make sure it's taken someplace. I'm that kind of person. I also want to, reach out to all of your, the people in the group. Is like, if somebody just ever has questions or wants to talk about anything, I'm always that person that loves to support in that way, and it doesn't cost you to do that. And because some people want to, it costs people like to talk, but sometimes we just need a little support.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I'm one of those girls that I'm more than happy to jump on Zoom or whatever and just say, hey, let's walk through it, So I've been through a lot of stuff just as you have. Mm-hmm. And I think that, telling our stories and all that stuff, it really helps other people, not only gets better as an entrepreneur, as in business, but as in life too. Yeah. So I'm out there to help you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that's what it's all about. I mean, the business is nice, but it's still, life, we're still, living human breathing beings. Okay. Yeah. Human beings.
Yeah. Well, we are. We all, and I think as entrepreneurs that come into your group, and they see other people doing things and lots of stuff. And so sometimes it gets disappointing and this and that. It's like, that's the support we're here to help you with, or you are, you're doing so great at this. I mean, I just think that we're all women and we all need to support each other and ignites your fire, I guess you might say.
I like it. Very good. Awesome. All right. Well, thanks so much, Patricia. I'm so glad you were able to spend a few minutes with us today. And we'll, check in next time with see what you're doing. And so.
Absolutely. My pleasure. So I really appreciate it so much,
right.
Gloria.
Thanks. Take care.